guys, welcome to Getting Candid with me, your girl Hellen. My guest today is a friend of mine, very beautiful young lady, very talented young lady. She has been in the entertainment industry for quite some time now. I must say her contribution to the industry has definitely been noticed. She's worked for QFM, she was a presenter for Born and Bred, and she's very inspiring. You should check out her Facebook. She's always writing long posts, short posts, but encouraging people, inspiring people. I ask myself, friend, are you always this happy in life that you have the energy to always encourage somebody? Let's get chatting on the other side with Christys Dad. Welcome back. I mentioned that I'll be chatting with Christys Dad, media personality, I should put it like that. And we are at the Outback Cafe. Hi!
Hi! I don't know if I should be like calm or I should be like
just be you.
Yeah. Okay, hi.
No, that's not you.
Hi.
You look fresh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming though.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
You warned me you were gonna have me when you restart your show, so.
Yeah. So I'm excited that you actually made time to be here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. This is the talented young lady. Yeah, we have
we
have a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start from, but I think we can start from a little bit of your background. Okay. So I think anybody who is close to you knows how close you are with mom. I call her mom because your mom is everybody's mom.
Yes.
Yeah. Has it always been like that?
Always. I'm an only child. I'm an only surviving child. We were two, but my young sister passed on a few years back. I think I was still in high school at the time.
Yeah.
So it's just me and my mom. My dad is late. My biological dad also is late because my biological dad died when I was 6 months.
Yeah.
Then my mom remarried a few years after. Then so even my dad that adopted me, that my mom remarried, is also late. So it's always been me and my mom. My mom has always been my best friend. So.
Though I think that should have been tough on you guys. You lose a sibling, your mom loses a daughter, then she loses a husband, you lose a dad, you lose both dads.
It was hard. It was very hard because I do remember, I think the time my young sister died, my mom also lost her job. And it was struggling times because my dad was a businessman. So sometimes business is good, sometimes it's slow, you know. So it was really hard for us. When dad died, it was really crazy because that's when you know who family really is and who friends are. And sadly, even the time when dad died, 3 weeks after he died, my mom broke her leg.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's, from then on until today, she's on crutches, which she uses. She had to go through, I've seen God through my mom because I saw her from a stretcher, wheelchair to now helping herself to walk here and there. So I usually say my mom is like one of the strongest women I know. So yeah, it's always been me and my mom. She's my best friend. We fight, we laugh, we have our moments, but it's always been just us.
But how did you get through everything, you know?
It wasn't easy, honestly, but my mom is a prayerful person and she's always believed God would always come through no matter what. It really got tough to have to see my mom on a stretcher, on bedridden. She couldn't move, she couldn't do anything. So I had to be a big girl and have to take care of my mom. So initially when she broke her leg, she became a baby. So I had to treat her.
How did she break her leg?
Baby. She fell just in the house. She just fell. It wasn't like she was on stairs, and she just fell and her leg just turned and that was it. Her foot just turned and that was it. That's how life has been. So it was very hard because I had to grow up at that point. And that's the time I had my firstborn daughter, because my firstborn daughter was like, I think about 3 months. So I had 2 babies, my mom and her. So it was really hard on us, but we put through. God with it.
Okay, that's something that you grow up fast when you go through such things.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah, but I'm glad. I love the relationship that you have with your mom. Thank you, really. Okay, so your dad, what kind of person was he?
Which one?
I can't ask you about
the one I grew up with.
The one you grew up for 6 months.
He was an amazing man. I would always remember being daddy's girl. That's why it didn't really feel like I was his stepdaughter, because I only got to find out after I was done with high school that that's not my biological dad. Okay. But he was I was a spoiled kid either ways. I got what I wanted when I wanted. I went to good schools. I had a good life. So it's not like I would complain he treated me any different. He was an amazing man. He would always carry me wherever he goes, always protected me. So I had a very good relationship with him. It even got stronger when my young sister had died. Then we became really close. So it was all about my well-being, what I needed. So every time, even when my mom would want to beat me, I can tell you that I'm a child that has grown up without even being pinched by any of my parents. It's never, because my dad would always say, don't hit her, like sit down and talk to her like an adult. So it was that. And my dad also taught me to kind of grow without having to think life is easy, to have it on a silver platter. So I started work immediately after 12th grade because my dad pushed me to start work after that. So I learned to make my own money.
What was your first job?
My first job, I can't even brag about. I did data entry with Central Statistical Offices. So I worked for them for like some time. So the money was good, it was exciting. So it was more of, you know, when you have parents, they don't feel your first salary is theirs.
Yeah.
They just say, do you, like, go do you, like,
enjoy it.
So I was excited about it, but it taught me how to budget well, how to put things together. So I had a very good relationship with my dad.
Nice. Okay, so Christy, you worked for QFM, you worked for you were born and bred presenter. Why did you leave both places practically at the same time?
Well, in all total honesty, I enjoyed working for Q. It was an opportunity given at the same time when I got into born and bred. My leaving QFM mainly was because it had interfered with my marriage.
Okay, how long did you work for Q?
I worked for Q for about 4 years, about 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. Okay, now I want to know how it interfered with your marriage.
It interfered in a way that at the time, my ex-husband, his ex-girlfriend was my boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it kind of, it became hard to be in the same place because it's a small place and you have people talk and whatnot. So I kind of needed to, sometimes you need to phase yourself out of the picture so that there's nothing people can talk about.
Does it mean the ex-girlfriend didn't move on?
I really don't know her story, fam. Like, it's she, even till to date, she's a person that inspires me career-wise because she's a very hardworking lady. But in that territory, I really didn't ask much or do anything. I just really let it be because I have issues with being very, like, open to people, like expressing how I feel. I'd rather just let go and move on. So it wasn't even really about the work itself. I enjoyed working for QFM. I would do it all over again. It was just that part because it interfered with my well-being, like my entire existence. I felt like, look, this person is superior than me, which I respect, but there was just a certain vibe I wasn't liking, so I had to kind of let go of it.
Okay, and born and bred, why did you stop presenting?
My ex-husband didn't like me on TV a lot. He had a problem with that.
Really?
Yeah, it was because, you know, when you get into the industry, if you're not with somebody that's really deep-rooted in the industry, it's hard for them to really accept what happens in the industry.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of male friends. I would events almost every weekend, and he wasn't comfortable with that. He didn't like that. So I kind of slapped going for the show itself. So I remember Ika calling me and saying, you need to come to the office and we need to talk.
Yeah.
And I was so scared. And I went and he explained why, because the previous week I wanted to be back on the show and he said, no, you can't come through, let's talk first. So I remember sitting down and him explaining why I couldn't do the show at the time, which he had a valid point to why I couldn't go back, because I was not consistent with the show at the time and I had just got married. And I remember crying in his office like a baby, you know what I mean? So it was one of those things where I needed to sacrifice my career to kind of pray that my marriage would flourish, and I had to be like a full-time housewife. So yeah, so it was just
Okay, let's take a break and we'll continue chatting after that. We're still chatting with Christys Dad. Don't change the channel. Welcome back to Getting Candid. I'm still chatting with Christys Dad, so don't change the channel, don't leave it, and just stay tuned, keep watching. Christys Dad, we're playing a game. Yeah, it's called Get Candid or Get Sour.
Wait, explain the game.
So if you get candid, you're gonna answer the question. If you get sour, you're gonna have to take a bite. That means you have failed to answer the questions I've asked you.
Okay.
Would you get back with your ex-husband?
Hell no. 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 Not in a bad way. It's a good no. It's not a bad No, it's a good no, because he's moved on. He's with somebody else. So that's no. But even personally, no. I'm a whole different person now. So no.
Hey, give me 2 names of 2 celebrities you've dated.
Sorry?
Give me 2 celebrities, 2 names of celebrities that you have dated.
Am I supposed to eat the whole thing, or it's just like part of it or whatever?
You can eat the whole thing. Okay, so she has chosen to get sour.
Yes. Oh God.
It's really sour. When you say it's sour, it's really sour, actually.
Yeah, let's keep it like that.
Okay, so that was our segment, our short segment of getting candid, of getting sour. At least she got sour here and there. But you know, I love the gossip part of things. I wish she mentioned some names, even just one. But
I've never dated anybody in the industry.
You wouldn't have gone sour if you didn't.
No, because that was the name I was going to mention. Then everybody was going to be like, so no.
Okay, we move on. We move on. You left you sacrificed your career for your marriage. Yes. But here we're referring to your husband as your ex-husband. What happened?
I really can't pinpoint exactly what happened, but one thing I know for sure, it had too much of mental and emotional abuse to it. Physical, I'm not going to say there was so many times, and what I meant was just once, but the mental and emotional abuse surpassed it all, you know. And on my end, I think I communicated less. I didn't talk much. Maybe I really don't know. I'm not a cheat person. If I mean to be loyal to someone, I'm loyal 100. And that's one thing I think anybody that's been with me would like literally even vouch for me. I don't do that. I can have maybe attributes with communication, because my communication is bad, but other than that, it's just the mental and emotional abuse. Because I remember a time when I think at the time I was seeing this other woman, and he was eating supper, and I was just being a wife. I was trying to clean up, and she called on my phone to talk to him because his phone was off. So she was like, "Oh, hi, Christy," and I'm like, "Oh, hi. Is he home?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's home. Can I talk to him? His phone is off." So I was like, "Oh, okay, just hold on." And I just gave him the phone. I said, "Oh, ABCD is calling," and there was that look on his face that he had of like he really felt bad at that moment, because I could tell. But he still went on and talked to her, and after giving back my phone, got his phone and went to the bedroom.
What went through your mind at that particular moment? I don't think any woman would want to go through that. Not even a man. No man would want to go through that.
I think at that particular moment, I would not lie, I had questions to say. Am I not good enough? Am I not worth it? Am I not a good woman? I had suicidal thoughts. There were times in my marriage, believe me, I had suicidal thoughts, and I attempted to do it because I got tired. And it's not because at that point I wasn't really thinking of me and my family. I was mostly thinking of, what are people going to say? You know, she left her career for her marriage, it's not working out, people will laugh at her, he's done this. So I went through that moment where I thought, maybe phase myself outside. At least if I die, I still died in my matrimonial home than going to die from my mom's house because of depression. Because I went through a very bad depression. So,
but let me ask this. There's always something that counselors, especially married counselors, like to say that most of the things that we go through when we are married to somebody, it's because there were some signs while you were dating. How was your relationship before you said I do?
The signs were there. I ignored the signs in hope that in marriage somebody would change or be better. It's not like when I got married and then they began to reflect. I had a very good 1 year of my marriage. Like, it was amazing. But suddenly it's like someone woke up overnight and you disgusted them. There's a point he told me, I hate you, I want nothing to do with you, you forced me into getting married to you, you know, and all those things. So at some point you think, where did I go wrong? Did I do something wrong? You know, because I like to believe when you're with somebody, there's a point of forgiveness. Am I doing something that you're not telling me? That and you know, stuff like that. And I really tried. Believe me, I tried each and every secret in the book, but it wasn't just happening.
Okay, at what point did you realize that, okay, I think I have to walk away, this is getting toxic?
Okay, in 6 months into I started getting depressed when I was still in my matrimonial home. Nobody knew I was depressed. Very few people close to me knew that I was not okay, but they didn't know I was depressed. It's at that point, physically, emotionally, I had let go. I wanted to leave, but physically I was holding on because I was thinking, what am I explaining to people? What am I going to tell people out there? How marriage has failed? Who's laughing at me? You know what I mean? And I'll go through this entire phase in my mind. So at the point when I knew physically I was going to move was like that week. I remember the week before he left, he was traveling out for work out of the country, and they left me some money, like keep the money and whatnot. So I had a friend of mine at that time. She was getting married, so she had like this financial problem, and she said, oh, I need help with finances, whatever, I'll give you back and everything. And I gave her. So that money, I remember vividly, that money was supposed to pay like 2 months rentals, so I paid a month because I needed to help my friend, and I knew by the time he's coming back, should have already paid me back, and I would have already paid the landlord. And he came back and he had talks with the landlord, and I think the landlord mentioned, oh my God, I have seen people get upset. I have just never seen people that angry. It got to me when he called my mom and said, I hate your daughter. You need to come and get her. And this is my mom who, like, for a second, my mom couldn't speak. She couldn't talk.
Yeah.
Like, this is, my daughter is going through this. Where am I failing as a parent, you know? And I just called and said, Mami, nakangiwa. I can't anymore. And I remember crying, and that day before I left, I slept on the floor, and my daughter was like, I think 12 weeks, the baby, and I slept on the floor, and the baby slept like on his feet, because I had to make sure that I'm taking, because he said, me and you can't sleep on the same bed or sleep in the same room. And I cried because I said, I have tried so hard for my home, I have tried so hard to fix my marriage. I've sacrificed it all. Where am I going wrong? So it got me to a point where I said, I need to leave enough for my kids. I need to leave enough for them and for my mom. I really cared less what the world had to say, you know. So it was very hard, trying times. I remember him packing his clothes and leaving, saying I was going to sleep at his friend's house until I leave. And everything like that, and I just said fine, you know. But then I called my mom and said I won't manage, and I just got a new job for a media company at the time, so I was going to work the following day with swollen eyes and everything, and I broke down to my boss saying, I need to fix something, can you give me 3 days away so that I just try to do that. So in those 3 days was my moving and just letting it all go, and just said, you know what, God, may your will be done. Because it was during my marriage period that I found God. I wasn't asking God to fix my home. I was asking God to make me a better person and strengthen me and favor him always. There had never been a time that I was with him, I uttered bad words to the world about him. And out there people think I did that, but I let it be. I don't go correcting every person he said something to me.
No.
Hi, this is, no. I let them believe the story they're told, because at the end of the day, it's me, God, and he sees what I did. So it was a trying time, but I had to
Wow, that was it. How's your relationship now?
Oh, we amazing. He's my best. People don't understand us because everyone's like, you guys are weird. But he's because I needed to heal. I needed to make closure. I needed to find myself. The most, I think, trying time for me was when I heard he was engaged. And that was like, before divorce was even official.
Yeah.
That broke me. But I had to, you know, when you love someone, you want them to be happy. So when they find happiness away from you, be happy that they are actually happy, so that you can find your own happiness. So I kind of hard, but I started learning to want to be his friend. I was like, I'd rather have him in my life as my friend than not have him at all. And we have kids together, so we need to have a balanced story. Our relationship now is amazing. We laugh, we talk. I can call him when I'm stuck. Like, hey, what's up? You need this? He'll call me when he needs something, and I support everything he does, because I gain favor from the fact that he's a good person, regardless of us not being together. He's changed. He's a whole different person now. He's very happy. He's successful. He's got a very good job. So I always root for him. I'm his first cheerleader, and I always tell him I'll always support you in everything that you do. And yeah, we get along very well. We can sit and have dinner, no drama. Like, we'll sit, have dinner, we'll talk, we'll laugh, and oh, I'm going home, here's gas money, thank you. And I always tell him I will never refuse your money. Never. It's never gonna happen. So
here's the thing about divorce though. Our society, especially, I don't know if it's whole Africa, but Zambians particularly, mostly when people divorce, people want to look at the woman and they want to blame her. They want to say a lot of things like you failed to save your marriage. Do you face that, and how did you get through that?
Oh, I did face. I still do until today. But you know, I'm a very happy person. Yeah. I'm strong-willed. I'm positive. I can't disagree with someone's opinion about me. I can't. But it's not gonna affect me because I know the truth and I know what happened and whatever we went through and everything. And I even talk, but at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. I flawed where I flawed, but I still tried, you know what I mean? But there were things I couldn't do because I wouldn't want to see this person sad or broken. So maybe the communication wasn't on both ways. So I get that from a lot of people, honestly, but I've told myself, what's mine will always be mine, and I give people room to talk. Because even for me, the more people talk, the more I actually become relevant to a lot of people. So I'm like, yes, if it's adding zeros to your paycheck, let's do that. Talk about it. I've had blame game thrown at me 75% of the time, and how I choose to handle it is by, you know, when you get a safer. Yes, I drink what I don't like and I throw it away and I keep what I can.
But you know, with everything that happened, we're just glad that God gave you beautiful daughters, very beautiful daughters.
Thank you.
But here's the thing: have you tried to find love again? Because some people give up on love. Have you tried, and how is that going?
Oh my God, I have. I'm not giving up on love. I'm very young.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on love. I still believe there's somebody out there that will accept me with the kids I come with and everything I have to offer. After my divorce, I took 2 years away from the dating scene. I told myself 2 years, I need to heal, I need to get back to myself, I need to fix me and work on me. So 2 years down the line, I just needed to work on myself. Then after that, I tried dating somewhere and the one that hit home was because I liked this person. He's divorced as well, and I felt like, you know, when you meet somebody divorced and they have a story similar to yours, you understand each other because he had a similar story to mine. So I felt like he knows my pain. He wouldn't want to hurt me because he knows what it feels like to be hurt. Hey! I had like a boom to my face, and he hurt me so bad. It didn't hurt as the first one. This one, it hurt more because it's somebody that understands how pain feels. So when you're gonna hurt somebody when you know you've been hurt the same way before, I don't want to say he's a heartless person, but I just think somebody would have told me from the scratch. Because me, I like to believe a man knows what he wants when he sees it. And if he didn't want me a certain way, he should have just from the start and said, look, I don't want a relationship, I want us to flirt. Let me also be there to decide and say,
yes, I'm good
to go. You know what I mean? Let me not invest feelings. But I invested feelings, I did what I could, and he still hurt me. I got through a phase where I started asking myself questions. Am I a bad person? Am I not good enough for any man? Am I whatever? But I think down the line, a lesson he taught me was don't give up on love, because what's mine will always be mine. And I let him go. I said,
love is a beautiful thing.
Love is a beautiful thing. I can't give up. I'm not gonna hate you. So he's out there, he's moved on, he's engaged now. So there's really little you can do about it, but I'm happy for I'm happy for him, and I wish him nothing but well, because marriage is a beautiful thing, and do it until it's right. And so it's after that. I think I'm just taking first the back seat right now. I'm just working with the flow, honestly, because at the end of the day, I also need to think of my mental stability and my kids and my family. So I'm praying one day I will meet someone and he'll be good, he'll be great, he will love me, love my kids, and somebody that will literally tell me when I have a problem, it's let's pray, we're fixing this together. It's not about the other person. So I've tried this love thing. I'm still not giving up.
Okay. We're about to close. I just want you to tell us what you're currently doing, what you're working on. I know you wrote a book. Are we expecting another book from you?
Yes. We are expecting a second book. I'm just not sure when I want to release it. I'm already done with the content of it. I'm just not ready to release it right now. I'm still waiting for the last page in the last chapter to be complete. So there's something I need to see to happen in my life for me to complete that. But yes, my next book mostly is just life after divorce. The title still, I haven't put a title to it.
Okay.
Yes, so there's the title remaining and a few bits and pieces, but I'm also working on getting back to radio. So very soon I'll be back to radio. Maybe it's just a few weeks from now, a few days or a few hours, but I'll be back to radio soon. I'm still doing TV, doing a lot of production work, a lot of content wise. I do a lot of event coordination. So I'm here, there. I'm a workaholic. I love to work hard because I don't live in retirement stage. I want to leave work when I say today I'm done, and I'll still be able to, yes, and I'll still be able to survive off my savings. So that's that, and I'm just being a good mom, a good friend. I'm a very positive person. If you're around me, there's no moments for down moments. I just love to laugh because life is too short. So yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed that chat. That was me and Christabel chatting from the Outback Cafe. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next week for another episode of Getting Candid. Bye-bye.